Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think William Ruto has escalated his attacks on Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka?
Barabara ya kwenda kwake ni ya vumbi na matope. Atatoa wapi akili? Kama amekosa akili ya kupanga barabara ya kwenda kwake, atatoa wapi akili ya kupanga barabara ya kwenda kwako? Juzi niliuliza jamaa mwingine, sasa wewe umekuwa uongozi 50 years. Wewe barabara ya kwenda kwako ni ya vumbi. Umekuwa uongozi 50 years. Kama una akili ya kupanga barabara ya kwenda kwako, utakujaje kupanga uwe na akili ya kupanga barabara za kwenda kwa Wakenya hii ingine?
And why do you think he's not attacking Fred Matiang'i? Because for me, if you were to ask me, William Ruto's biggest challenger in 2027 is none other than Fred Matiang'i. But neither William Ruto nor his allies are attacking Matiang'i. Why do you think that's happening? The truth of the matter is that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve certain political objectives. There's a reason why William Ruto is not attacking Fred Matiang'i. And allow me to explain to you guys. Before I do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the first reason why I strongly believe William Ruto is avoiding attacking Fred Matiang'i is because Matiang'i is his biggest threat so far.
Na nimesikia vile mmesema. Mimi nimeitika kazi mimi niko tayari kuanza kazi hata kesho mtaka. Kwa sababu hata mimi nashangaa, Caxton unaniuliza mambo ya pesa ya capitation. Mimi nashangaa. Wakati nilikuwa waziri wa afya wa elimu, President alikuwa anasema as soon as tumemaliza mambo ya budget, first allocation tunaweka kwa elimu, second tunapeleka security, alafu tunaanza sasa kuzungumza mambo mengine.
Let us look at 2027 scenario. We are likely to have William Ruto facing either Fred Matiang'i or Stephen Kalonzo if the opposition were to sponsor a single candidate. In that case, either of them can easily defeat William Ruto. That's the fact. But the reality on the ground is that there is no way the opposition in Kenya will produce a single presidential candidate. And therefore, we are going to have Kalonzo Musyoka on the ballot. We are going to have Fred Matiang'i on the ballot. In case that happens, and let's assume Matiang'i becomes number 2. If Matiang'i becomes number 2, it would be easy for the entire mountain and even for the Ukambani region to vote for Matiang'i. Should Kalonzo become number 2, there's going to be a problem. You can't be sure that during rerun, the Western Alliance will vote for Kalonzo. And that's why Ruto is not attacking Matiang'i. He's not attacking Matiang'i because, number one, he's trying to monitor the moves Matiang'i is making. So far, I think after coming back into the country, after returning back into the country, Matiang'i lost a bit of momentum. And probably that's something which William Ruto had anticipated. Number 2, he's also trying to hide his strategies against Matiang'i. Because if you were to start attacking Matiang'i today, that would expose William Ruto, and Matiang'i would be able to craft a working strategy.
We are fighting or struggling against a barbaric, draconian, highly incompetent, punitive administration that is completely unpopular but determined to hang on to power. Kama wale wa koloni. na haitakuwa a walk in the park. Tujikakamue, tuwe tayari, we play our part kwa sababu kizazi hiki, our generation has a challenge before us.
Remember, Matiangi is enjoying the backing of the international community. The superpowers, that is the US and the British, are fully behind Matiangi, and that is the biggest threat. And that's why Ruto is avoiding a situation where he's in direct confrontation with Fred Matiang'i early enough. He wants Matiang'i to make mistakes early, the way I think Matiang'i has made some mistakes, and lose the momentum. If William Ruto were to engage Matiang'i the way he's engaging Kalonzo, I can assure you, Matiang'i would be responding. I can assure you, people like Onyonka would be responding. So, because Ruto fears Matiang'i the most, he's not attacking him. Number two is something which I mentioned a bit, the rerun. As long as we are going to have 3 presidential candidates on the ballot in 2027, and I can predict that's going to happen, we are not going to have a clear winner in the first round. If you have Kalonzo, if you have Matiang'i, if you have Rigathi. No, if you have Kalonzo, if you have Matiang'i, and we have William Ruto. If all of them are going to be on the ballot, we are not going to have a clear winner in the first round. That one I can bet. Ruto knows so well that if he were to face Matiang'i in the rerun, he's going to lose. But he believes that if he were to face Kalonzo in a rerun, William Ruto will just camp in Gusii, he will camp in Western. Because the Kikuyus, all the mountain and the Eastern, they just vote for Kalonzo. But Gusii, let me put it, Western Alliance, William Ruto believes that in a case where there's a runoff, the Western Alliance will vote for him. And that's why he's not trying to attack Matiang'i, because attacking Matiang'i would be antagonizing the Gusii or the Western Alliance votes. So that's number 2. Number 3 is Uhuru Kenyatta factor in Fred Matiang'i's bid. Let me ask you, who is Uhuru Kenyatta supporting for 2027? I'm just asking that question. Because Uhuru Kenyatta is not supporting Kalonzo. And he's not supporting Kalonzo because of one man, Rigathi Gachagua. Now tell me, if you have 2 people, one supported by Rigathi, do you think Uhuru will be in that camp? I think because of that Uhuru Kenyatta factor, my own thoughts, because of that Uhuru Kenyatta factor, William Ruto is playing safe. Because he knows that if you are to mess with Matiang'i right now, that will be the end of him. The reason he's doing that is because Uhuru wants to take control of Mount Kenya again. If Uhuru Kenyatta were to take control of Mount Kenya through Fred Matiang'i, let's say he even gets 60% of Mount Kenya, then the rest goes with Rigathi, or he takes 40% of Mount Kenya and 60% goes with Rigathi. If Uhuru were to do that, that will be sweet news for William Ruto, because definitely will deny that other camp first round win, and it will also help him in a rerun. And of course, Uhuru can easily support Ruto over Rigathi. That's the reality. So I believe because of that, he's not really attacking Fred Matiang'i. And lastly, William Ruto believes that he can actually persuade Fred Matiang'i to work with him. I've talked to very senior political players in broad-based government, and they've always told me, Lee, Sasa, why are you supporting Kalonzo? Lee, why are you supporting Matiang'i? Or just support him. I know we are going to meet somewhere. They believe, William Ruto and the allies believe that they are going to work with Fred Matiang'i. And even if not working with him, they believe that there's a way they'll end up working with Fred Matiang'i, either before the elections or after the elections. Just like William Ruto was very sure, he has been saying this before, that if Raila Odinga had won, he would still have worked with him. And he knew that if he had won, Raila Odinga was still going to work with him. I don't know what you think, but for me, William Ruto is very strategic in his approach to dealing with Fred Matiang'i. Until next time, this is Makwiny, baby.